friends, it's Laura. Thank you so much for joining me for another plant video. I am so glad you found me on YouTube. Today I am hoping to give you a tour of my plant room. You can see, I don't know, 1/5 of the plants behind me, but there's plants all over there. And I have been wanting to do this plant room tour for a while, but honestly I've been putting it off because I think it might take a while. Also been waiting for a sunny day, but all the times when I have time to do this video, it hasn't been sunny. Right now it is raining. It's gray. It's not sunny at all, so excuse the lighting. It is what it is. We're just gonna do it. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try not to talk. I'm gonna talk, but I'm not gonna show my face. I'm just gonna show plants because I think that's the most fun. I'm gonna show off the plants. So I'm gonna try my best to keep it not too long, but honestly, this might be like an hour-long video. If it is, watch what you want to watch. Thank you so much for joining me, and let's get into it. Okay, I was gonna use my tripod, but honestly, I don't think I'll get the shots that I want. So we're just gonna freehand this. Sorry if it's shaky. All right, this is my Rojo Congo. This is an absolutely gorgeous plant. It's huge, super shiny leaves, grows super easily. It's not getting a ton of light here, and yet grows great, grows fairly quickly. Right beside him is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. This plant, I don't know, it grows so fast and it is slowly taking over. I love it so much. This is a new little shoot coming out. I accidentally cracked the stem a little bit and that started growing out of the wound, which is so cool. Right beside him is just a little golden pothos. I find it looks so pretty just growing sideways like that, like instead of trailing. We'll see if I keep it there, but it's pretty happy so far. This is my Philodendron Golden Goddess or Lemon Lime Upright. Right beside is my Philodendron Florida Green. Such a happy little plant. It's doing well. I recently repotted it and I think it really likes a bigger pot. This is my Philodendron Dark Lord. I love these dark leaves, and there's a new leaf coming in. These little aerial roots are, I don't know, they're very cute, but I don't know that they're doing anything right there. I obviously chopped this recently to make a cutting, but then there's a new leaf coming in there. And up top is my Rhaphidophora decursiva or Dragon's Tail. It's very happy up there. It's not growing too fast, but it did, I just noticed that it put out this big tendril, and I think it's probably like a runner, like trying to climb up the wall or something. We'll see. Maybe it will like crawl up the mirror. That would be pretty cool. Okay, and down here there's some two Philodendron Birkins. I just find they look so cute together like that. Okay, up here is my one and only Calathea. This is a Calathea medallion, I believe, and I have killed every Calathea I've ever had in my care except this one. This was a gift for my birthday, so it's already, I've had it for a few months. It's put out some new leaves. I think it's just doing well because it was already so large when I got it, and maybe because it's surrounded by plants, it's more humid and happy. I don't know, but I'm so pleased that I haven't killed it. It's not even that crispy. This leaf's getting a bit crispy, but overall, it's doing great. And in and beside it is a Philodendron Jungle Boogie cutting that I'm growing. And in here, Peperomia Hope. And next door, I gotta back up. Sorry if this is really shaky, but I hope it's okay. That is a Neon Pothos. I got that pretty recently. I saw it in a nursery hanging and I love it so much. I love Neon Pothos. I have a smaller one and I just couldn't resist this bigger one. And down here is a Hoya publicalyx. Down here is a Aglaonema, what's that called? Aglaonema aurora, I believe, or Siam. Beside it is a rickrack cactus. And behind there is a alocasia that is waking up from its dormancy. It's back there because it's really nothing to look at the moment, but it's still getting some light back there. Have another Peperomia Hope, doing very well. And then up there is my philodendron silver sword. This plant I love a lot and it's doing really well. And there's another big leaf coming out, so that's really exciting. I have a fairly junior monstera here, doing well. Philodendron gloriosum is back here. I used to give this plant so much light. I recently learned that it doesn't actually need that much light. So I've got it here. We'll see, it is putting out that new leaf, so far so good. Up here is, I can never remember the name of this, but I feel like it has the word staple in it. Anyway, it's sort of a succulent. When I got it, it was all just like upright little shoots, and now it's trailing and I quite like it. It looks kind of like an octopus or something. And while we're up here, there's my ZZ Raven. I don't love that placement of it, but it's there for now. All right, so we talked about that guy. Oh, in here is a lipstick plant. And when I bought this, it was called a variegated lipstick plant, and you can see this leaf. Like when I bought it, it had this leaf, and I've had it for about a year now, and none of the leaves since have had any variegation. So I don't know that it's a variegated lipstick plant. I think that might just be some damage on that leaf. I'm not sure. Maybe the variegation comes in later, but like I said, I've had it for a year. That's okay, it's still really, really cute. Okay, beside that lipstick plant, I have a fish tank on its side. This is sort of an experiment. I am aiming to up the humidity for the plants that are in there. They are super humid. If we look here, the Alocasia Black Velvet has water coming off its leaves. I forget what that's called. Transpiration? Something? So we'll see. I don't know. I don't have a humidifier, so this is kind of the best I can do right now. Anthurium, something? Clarinervium? This is my only Anthurium and I know nothing about Anthuriums. I bought this on a whim. Anthurium crystallinum or Clarinervium? I'm not sure. It's doing really well so far, but hasn't put on any new leaves. I've had it for about 2 months. Hoya carrii, if anyone's growing this and has success, please let me know. It has these new little leaves coming in, but I just find so often new leaves just get knocked off or fall off, they rot off, I don't know. And I think, oh yeah, there's another plant back there. Just a little philodendron micans propagation going. Okay, I'm doing good at not talking too much about each plant. Next to the aquarium is a bromeliad, and this has already bloomed and is putting out a new pup. So I'm hoping that that pup will bloom eventually. And okay, what's in here? Yes, okay, so this is a little silver sword propagation. Hang on. This is a little baby. He's here because not much to look at just yet. And then these pots that look like they have dead plants in them are also alocasias, slowly waking up from dormancy. And this big plant is my philodendron jungle boogie or tiger tooth or philodendron narrow, whatever you want to call it. I love this plant so much. It is putting out a new little shoot. And up there is my peperomia ruby cascade. So pretty. I recently, like, up here was looking super not great, and it's still actually not looking great. So I wound it around and pinned it in the hopes that it would sort of put down more roots and bounce back. I'm not sure. It still looks really pretty, but I am worried that it's on its way out, but that's okay. It was $5 at the grocery store and I did everything I could. I've enjoyed it a lot. So if it is on its way out, that's okay. I find peperomias, honestly, they don't live for years and years. Well, at least not for me. Okay, I'm now gonna talk about all of these plants. I think I'll just sit on the floor and start from the bottom. So these two levels of the shelf have grow lights. So I keep my plants that, you know, need a ton of sun over here. This is my pink princess, and this is currently undergoing an experiment, which I will make a video about eventually, but it's not much to look at the moment because it's recently been chopped. I've got my Stromonthi Trio Star in here. I guess this is sort of like a calathea, and this one is doing really well. It's got that new, very beautiful leaf coming in. And yeah, I've had this plant for a long time. I got it as a rescue when I was just really first getting into plants. I would never have bought a rescue Stromonthi if I knew what I was doing. But you know what? It has bounced back slowly. I've had this for, yeah, several years, and it still is not like a super full plant or anything, but the leaves are really beautiful and not too crispy. This is my Ficus elastica Teneki or Ruby. Honestly, I'm never 100% sure. It's one of the two. It loves full sun. It took me a while to understand that. Now I keep it either under a grow light or in a really, really bright window. Right now, nothing is really bright, so it's under the grow light. But once it got tons of sun, I also snip it regularly to keep it bushy like this. I'm not really looking for like a big leggy plant. I like the bushiness, and then you get a ton of new leaves, which are the pink leaves. So that's how I grow mine. It loves tons and tons of light. Back there, you can see some propagations happening. I don't need to go over those right now. That is for another day. This is my philodendron painted lady. She is always looking beautiful. She's always putting out new leaves too, which is so cool. Every leaf is different. And I find that the more light she gets, the more sort of yellowy, orangey variegation she gets, which is really cool. I have two Paraiso Verdes here. This one is a propagation. Chopped the top off of another one, which I recently sold. And this guy's doing really well. I hope to grow a very, very big Paraiso Verde. That is my someday goal. Here is my Philodendron Prince of Orange. It just put out this new leaf just for you, just to show off. I find that these leaves never really flatten out properly, and I don't know if that's a humidity thing or what, but I do love my Prince of Orange. I honestly, this leaf is so unique. Like I don't know. So pretty. Okay, and then back there, what's back there? Ah, yes. This isn't really worth talking about too much, but this is a Begonia Silver Dollar that I'm trying to propagate. I have a bigger one and I would like to have more. This one, if it does propagate, I'm gonna grow it outside in my garden. Okay, next shelf. This is my Black Pagoda lipstick plant or goldfish plant? Lipstick plant, it's a lipstick plant. And I love these leaves. They're so weird. This one is putting out a ton of new growth right now, which is awesome. It didn't grow at all really all winter, so I think it just was waiting for spring. Little Paraiso Verde back there, another propagation. I'm kind of obsessed with this plant at the moment. I find it interesting that this leaf has no variegation though. Like, I don't know what's going on there, unless this white is gonna be variegation, I'm not sure. Hoya Crimson Princess. Hoya Carnosa Compacta. Absolutely love this plant. I love touching it. It's so weird. It's so beautiful. And next is Peperomia, I'm not sure. Peperomia angulata, Peperomia something. I'm actually not sure at all. But this one has got a lot of new growth coming out too, which is really cool. Okay, this is part 2 of that Philodendron Pink Princess project. And over here is Philodendron Brazil and Philodendron Lemon Lime mixed together. I think they do well together. They're very similar to each other and they just look so cute together. Over here, okay, these are my hot peppers and some ground cherries, which I am sprouting for my garden. Way back there is my Philodendron Moonlight. She is just gorgeous. These new leaves are insane. Yeah, she might have to get a better spot eventually so that I can look at her better, but for now she's just back there getting lots and lots of light. This is a Haworthia, which is just going nuts. I think I might have to put it in like a wider, shallower pot. I don't know if roots are coming out. Might have to repot that soon, but it's going crazy. Okay, this is another, oh, that's a lot of water. Recently watered this today. I'm gonna have to deal with that. Anyway, this is Pink Princess propagation number 2. Big project. And oh, back here is a little philodendron brandy. I always forget about this one. I'm propagating her. I don't know, this plant does not grow super well for me, but the leaves are really cute. Okay, we are onto the top shelf. I am really proud of myself that this is not taking a whole day. This is a string of hearts, obviously. This is not the most spectacular string of hearts, but it's doing okay. And next is my Syngonium albo. I recently combined 2 plants into 1 pot, and I'm liking it. Oh, that leaf is really dirty. And I'm liking it. I think it looks really cute. I think it like just looks like a fuller plant, which is cool. This is Aglaonema pink something, obviously. Love this plant. There's a new leaf coming in. Here are my Skindapsi. Got an Exotica and whatever this is, Argyrius pictus, whatever. It's growing okay. I propagated this quite a bit and now it's not huge. The Exotica I find grows quite slowly. I don't know if that's gonna, you know, pop off now that it's spring. We'll see. I guess, oh, there is some new growth there. That's exciting. Okay, string of turtles. Can't believe how long it's getting, but the leaves are so tiny, so I'm not sure. The leaves on top got kind of bleached from too much sun, I think. But then the new growth is, you know, that dark green that I prefer, but then the leaves are so tiny, so I'm not sure what's going on. Like I said, peperomia, I don't know if they can live for years and years. I've had this probably for 2 years, and yeah, might be on its way out, but it is growing, so won't give up on it yet. Okay, next to string of turtles is my Pelionia pulchra, and this is such a weird little plant, but I love it. I love the leathery leaves, and I love the pattern on the leaves, and it grows so easily. I just water it and it grows. And back here is my terrarium. Maybe I can take the lid off there. There we go. There's my terrarium. He's got, yeah, there's some more Pelionia in there. And Peperomia frost. Begonia. Oh, that begonia looks a little bit moldy. I'll look into that. Maybe I gotta open up the vent a little bit more. There's a lot going on. I also put a black velvet bulb in there, but it hasn't sprouted yet, so I don't know what's going on there. I did have a little mushroom growing in my terrarium for a while, but it has died. Okay, next, sorry, the lighting is not great. There we go. This is the Begonia Silver Dollar that I was talking about. I've got it in this like humidity dome, and it seems to be liking it so far. This is a begonia that I was growing in a jar for a long time, and it got too big, so now it's in that little contraption. And now one of my most biggest plants is Philodendron Plougmanii. I recently put it in this cool rectangle pot. I'm hoping that it will really take off now that it's got more space to crawl. He is just happy over here, gets lots of, not too much light, but you know, gets quite a bit of light. It's got 4 leaves right now. And back here, that little stem is a Mycans that I'm propagating. So that's like the mother plant, and I will show you the other propagating stems in a little bit. All right, on to this shelf. There's nothing really at the bottom because it doesn't get a ton of light there. Let's just start from the top. So at the top, I have my Begonia Immense. I recently had to take a bunch of the leaves off because they were just getting way too big. That one at the top there was, this is like half of the size. Anyways, they got really big and I think they weren't getting enough sun and they fell kind of off the plant. So I cut them off. They were not super healthy leaves anyway. But now these little baby leaves are taking over and I think it's gonna be fine. I love those hairy stems. They're so weird. So cool. Another Pothos Neon, of course. And my Cebu Blue. I think that color looks so pretty with the neon pothos. They just kind of accent each other. And then the pot of the begonia, I don't know. I think it looks really pretty. And I've got a grow light here. It's kind of awkward because it's so much wider from this shelf, but what you gonna do? At the top here, I have my succulents and cacti. So this is succulent, Crassula Buddha's Temple. And there's a variegated euphorbia back there. Those are pretty new to me. I got those recently. A burrow's tail that is just growing like crazy. Back there is a little cactus. That's actually my son's. And then that one, so I have two. They belong to my boys and they keep them here because they know that I will water them for them. This is a Hoya Crimson Queen. She's doing great. There's some fresh new leaves coming in there. Hoya Chelsea, which is really taking off as well in the last couple weeks. Nice and shiny. Moving down, I have this Hoya Curtisii, which I repotted and it is just loving life because it finally has fresh soil. It's doing really well. I've got some propagations going back there. So there's my Mycans propagations, Hoya Curtisii, and those are some golden pothos cuttings from my son's plant. I'm not sure if those are gonna root, but we will see. Hoya retusa, which is just always blooming, always happy, such a weird little plant. And back there, I just have a little Adansonii, just a little baby. And moving down, here is my Hoya Wyetii, I believe. And back there, I'm doing a pickle jar terrarium. It's not much to look at right now, but you can see the cuttings are in there. There is a Hoya Carnosa, just a regular Hoya Carnosa green. Leaves are so shiny and healthy. And down here is a croton. And like I said, I don't have anything else on the bottom here. This is a croton. It was a cutting from my mom's plant. It's actually doing really well with very little light. I don't know a lot about crotons, but my mom's is growing really well. So far so good. And back there, hang on. Back there, this is Philodendron brandy. This is the mama plant that I took, the cutting of that little baby plant that I just showed you. And yeah, we'll see. There is some growth coming in. I don't know. Philodendron brandy is kind of a mystery to me. And last but not least, these are some alocasias that I've been waking up. I'm surprised that none of them have popped out yet. They've been in soil for quite a while. I'm getting a little bit antsy about that, but it might just be that it's been so gray. I'm sure they will come back. They're just taking their time. And here is my, what's it called? Cordyline that I am propagating. So far, it's liking being in soil. I mean, this is not great, but that's okay. I'm hoping we'll have a new leaf soon. I propagated this, I got the stem in a flower bouquet and propagated in water and it rooted. All right, friends, that is all for my plant room tour. It actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. Probably because I did not talk too much. Anyways, I hope it was fun, entertaining, relaxing, whatever you needed. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. See you next time. Bye.